y'all. I've been getting questions about the recruiting process now and what our college coaches are looking for. So we're just going to jump right into it right now. So one, coaches are looking for somebody that can hustle. Need to have a motor. So motor. How do I explain this the best? Non-stop moving. Diving on the floor. So diving on the floor for loose balls. Non-stop defensive help. Are you in the right spots? Are you in the gap? Are you on midline? Are you moving on the flight of the ball? Are you active on the rebounding? Finding someone to box out. So that's just all under the hustle motor part. 2, are you, when you score the ball, now this is subjective because everything is based on like a sliding scale in some sense. If you're in a really elite scorer, so if you can really shoot the ball well, if you can shoot the ball well and you could, say like you could average 30 points a game, like you're an elite shooter, you have that pure touch, you really could get away with not being good at defense, not trying, but not being good at defense. What I mean, like, people can get by you easy, or even in coverage, you get scored on. That's trying, but it's not being lazy. Like if you just stand up and let people go by you, that's not gonna fly. But if you're bad at it, but you can really score the ball, if you're an elite shooter, you're gonna be good. If you're an elite at anything, you're always gonna have an advantage. So 2 ways to make it. The first way is to be good at kind of everything, or be really elite at one thing, like an elite scorer, an elite defensive player. Just whatever your niche is. And so when it comes to scoring the ball, they look for creating on shot. Oh, shoot, I'm spelling wrong. Creating on shot. Being an elite shooter. So being an elite shooter, can you shoot off the catch? Can you spot up? Because a lot of times at this role right here, like when you get to college, they move a lot of guards around. Guards especially, like, you might play point guard in high school, but they already got some point guards coming in that they like, so they want you to be a spot-up shooter. So can you adapt to that role? Creating your own shot. Do you have a means of, being a shooting guard and being able to get your own shot off? Can you go in there without anybody setting anything up? Like, it's all broken down, the plays aren't working. Can you just go in there and create a bucket? If you're a point guard, can you create for others? Along with the point guard, being vocal and setting the team up in the right spots. So that's some stuff under those categories. See. Then let's go right here. Defense. Talking. Keep person in front. So talking, are you being a vocal leader? Because all it takes is one person to kind of get the defense set up. If you're talking and you're like, hey, screen coming. Hey, he's coming down. Watch back door. Like stuff like that. Like one person can really control the game. That's why I think the bench is so important. Like the bench can see all at all times. They could be yelling out at certain times. Like that's why you have to be engaged in the game. And if you're on the floor engaged in defense like that, I've seen one person literally willpower a defense to where it gets stopped because the people score when people don't communicate. Hey, screen coming. Boom, now I know the screen coming, I could jump it. Or now I know she's trying to go back door, so now I sit on the midline. Just different things to just be talking and being in the gap. Hey, switch on my man, like just so we know what's going on at that time. Boxing out is huge. Can't give up second chance points. You give up second chance points, that's gonna be ugly. And now here comes like some of the meat of it. Personality. Grades. No coach in college is gonna be worrying about your grades. Because if you can't play because of your grades, then what good are you? You're just a wasted scholarship. Things happen sometimes and but like for the most part, if your grades are bad on average, like if you're trying to pull yourself out the hole like from one bad year, they'll probably be a little bit lenient to that. But like on average, if you just got C's and D's and stuff like, and you're barely graduating or passing, like you barely got a 2.0 by the skin of your teeth, probably not gonna take you unless, like I said, go back to the sliding scale, unless you're an elite scorer, but you're gonna have to make a commitment to get those grades up at the next level. Like they want you out there, they wanna win games. Personality, grades. Are you a knucklehead? Like, do you make dumb decisions? Do you make smart decisions? Integrity is all about what you're doing when nobody is watching you. So you need to have you in check. Your demeanor, like, when I go to games, this is my report back to coaches, like college coaches that call me, ask me about kids. I sit back before I talk to kids and I watch how they interact. I watch, how they interact with people, what they do. Are they being nice and respectful? Are they kind of like standoffish and, disrespectful and all that good stuff? Parents. If you got knucklehead parents or if you are a parent watching this, you cannot be a knucklehead. You will ruin it for your kids. No coach wants any parent that is up in the stands talking about them during the game or calling the coach talking about playing time or my kid needs to be doing this or that. Like, you're going to ruin it. So we got to report this stuff back. Like, if somebody calls me, I'm like, hey, crazy mom or crazy dad, like up in the stands, like doing this and that, or I heard that they called the coach. Like, I have to tell them that because I can't give my word and mess up, my connection with coaches if you are a crazy parent, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to act like that in college. So control yourself. Don't mess it up for your kid. It's not about you. Personality. So they're looking, these are kind of like, this is like kind of a detail and still like vague at the same time, but this is a good outline of what they're looking for. And they're going to be looking at this. Your work ethic. Your work ethic is important. Do you work outside of practice? Practice just keeps you status quo. Wherever you're at, that's going to be your baseline. So if you're just okay, you're going to be just okay from practicing. To get better, you got to put in reps and stuff by yourself. In half an hour at practice, you might only get, let's say, 30 to 40 reps, 50 reps of drills. In a half hour by yourself, you can be getting like 200 reps. Whether it's miking layups, reverse miking, finger rolls, form shooting, getting shots up on the gun, whatever it is, ball handling, 30 minutes, 20, 30 minutes of ball handling is crazy. That makes you better. So you need to be doing stuff outside of this. When you get to this level at college and you want to be a scholarship player and you want somebody paying for your school, you have to do more than the bare minimum. The bare minimum gets you nowhere. So this is kind of an outline of what you kind of need to do and what they're looking for. Like, these are some of the areas that I'm hitting when I go to games and I'm looking, you know, I ask about the work ethic because obviously I can't see it unless I seen the kid before and I see how they improve or, you know, or they don't improve. And then this stuff I ask about the grades. You know, that's just a simple request of the transcripts. But I'm watching your parents. And then all this stuff, like this stuff is the meat of how you get better. So if you can't score the ball and shoot the ball, you need to be in the gym. This goes back to work ethic. You need to be in the gym during the season, getting up shots, form shooting. Like I said, most simple thing. If you can't make a layup or you're off, you need to get it back in the gym. Work on miking. Work on your touch. Defense. Defense is connected to hustle. It's all willpower. You have to want to play defense. And let me tell you something, especially for the boys. If you think you're an athlete, look at the kid at Michigan State. That kid is an athlete. He has God-given ability to dunk the ball. If you think you're the best athlete in your city, state, whatever, there are kids like him that are natural athletes. So there's always somebody out there more athletic and can do more than you do. Because once you step in that locker room in college, everybody's on the same playing field. You were a 20-point scorer, he or she was a 20-point scorer. You were Mr. Ohio, Mrs. Ohio, she was Mrs. Colorado, Mr. Florida, whatever. You know, you can, like all this stuff, people are on the same level. This, if you can use your athleticism for defense, defense will get you on the court. Defense gets you on the court and keeps you on the court. And then you can prove that you can score. Unless you're elite, like I said, keeps going, like there's a sliding scale to all this. So this is a nutshell of what, what college coaches are looking for, what I kind of look at. So if you got any questions, feel free to comment, DM me, email us, whatever. So I'll see y'all later.